My boss said I was replaceable, so I left and watched the company implode. I'd been the IT systems administrator at Hawthorne Industrial for 6 years. Not flashy work, not high profile, but I kept the entire digital skeleton of the company from collapsing. Custom software? Me. Servers? Me. Database optimization? Me. The 2 a.m. emergencies no one else even recognized as emergencies? Also me. My boss, Trevor, never understood that. To him, I was just a name on a salary sheet, another expense, another support guy who wasn't generating revenue. Last month, I asked him for a raise. Not a huge one, just enough to match the additional systems I'd been managing since the company expanded. I brought data, projections, even a cost-benefit breakdown, showing how losing me would cost them far more than keeping me. Trevor didn't bother looking at it. He leaned back in his stupid faux leather chair and said, "You know what your problem is, Neil. You think you're special, but the truth is you're easily replaceable. There are 1,000 IT guys out there who'd kill for your job." And something in me just dropped. Not anger, not sadness, something colder, like a switch flipping. "You're absolutely right," I said. Then I stood up, walked straight to my desk, and started packing my things. Trevor scrambled after me. "Wait, what are you doing?" "Replacing myself with nobody," I said, effective immediately. "You can't just quit. You owe us 2 weeks." I pulled out the employee handbook, the one I'd reread that morning. Section 4.3, employment is at will. Either party may terminate without notice. Trevor went red as a stop sign. "You'd screw over the whole company like this?" "I'm easily replaceable," I said. "Shouldn't be a problem." I dropped my badge, my keys, and walked out into the sunlight like a newly freed prisoner. Day 1 was bliss. Slept in, made pancakes, applied to 3 jobs before noon, turned off my work notifications. Peace. Day 2, Trevor texted, "Where are the system passwords?" I replied, "In the encrypted documentation folder. Password is in the emergency procedures binder." No response. Day 3, the storm hit. At 2:47 p.m., Trevor called. I declined. He called again. Declined. Then the flood started. Operations, HR, accounting, numbers I didn't recognize. 89 missed calls. The voicemails started professional. "Neil, we need to clarify some things regarding your departure." Then desperate. "Neil, the system is down. Please call back." Then frantic. "The entire production line is stopped. We are losing tens of thousands per hour. Call us." I poured myself a drink and let the messages pile up. Finally, the CEO, not Trevor, called from a private number. "Neil, this is Charles Hammond. I apologize for calling your personal phone. What can I do for you, Mr. Hammond?" "Well, we're experiencing severe technical difficulties. Trevor says you might have access to documentation we need. I left everything in the encrypted folder. Password is in the emergency binder." Long silence. "Trevor can't locate the binder, and he's unclear which folder you mean." Of course he was. The man thought root directory meant vegetables. "That's unfortunate," I said. "But Trevor explained to me that I'm easily replaceable. I'm sure one of those 1,000 IT guys will figure it out." "Neil, please, we are prepared to discuss compensation for consulting work. My rate is $500 an hour, 8-hour minimum, paid up front." "That's outrageous." "That's my rate." He took it. The next morning I walked into absolute chaos. The production floor was silent. Employees were standing around, confused, panicked. Every computer in the building threw up error screens. Trevor looked like he hadn't slept in days. Turns out, in a sheer panic, he'd tried to reset the master server himself. He'd corrupted the backups, locked everyone out of the system, broken half the internal workflows, lost critical data. What should have been a 20-minute password retrieval became a 14-hour digital resurrection at $500 an hour. When I finally finished, CEO Hammond called me into his office. "Trevor has been reassigned," he said slowly. "We'd like to offer you the position of IT infrastructure director. 40% raise, full benefits, signed contract." I pulled out my phone and showed him the 2 job offers I'd received that week, both higher than what they were offering. "I appreciate it," I said, "but I've learned something important." He raised an eyebrow. "What's that?" Knowing my worth, I shook his hand politely, walked out of the building, and didn't look back. Let them figure out just how easily replaceable I really was.